your daily hour with me.
Yeah. Hey, everybody. Welcome to the first part of 1/7 of the week. Yeah, it's the program. We're on TV once again, once a day, every day. Turn on the machines, and then we start talking. We're going to be here for an hour. Hello, everybody. Hello. I am Dan, and I am the Monday guest. Yeah, it's Monday. As is so often the case. If you ever get confused as to what day it is, you look on the TV and see Dan at 11:30. That's when you know what day it is. It's like, yeah, okay, it must be Monday today. But then you would have had to go through the whole day without knowing what day it was until the very end of the day. Yeah, that would kind of suck. Yeah. Well, maybe it would be nice, though, if you're so relaxed and you don't need to worry about what day it is. That'd be
I know that when the routine for the day is the same over a period of days, I'll lose track.
Yeah.
And, if I'm not working, if I am working, if I'm, if I have a few days off, it's like, wait a minute, what day is it today?
Yeah.
I'm doing the same thing I did yesterday, and I can't remember now. Oh, no. So
you don't need to know.
Nope. No. Just watch your television. We'll tell you. We'll keep you posted. Yeah, and in about half an hour, it will no longer be Monday for you.
Yeah.
It will be Tuesday. But we'll keep you posted. I'll try and remember to say something. It is now Tuesday.
It's Daylight Savings Time week, so did you guys set back your clocks? That was supposed to be last night for the viewers.
Oh, don't we spring forward?
Spring forward. It's going to be...
So instead of midnight, you set it to 1 a.m.
Hopefully you already set your clocks, because if you haven't, then you spent all day, an hour in the wrong time too. But maybe for those of you, if you don't know what day it is, maybe you also don't know what time it is. So
yeah, that could be the case.
Put your clocks forward. Right now, if you see that it looks like your clock says 10:30, that's wrong.
Yeah. Or yeah. Yeah,
it's
it
11,
could be the wrong hour and wrong day.
Yeah, it's about 11:32 right now. So if you look at your clock, that's what time it should be.
Well, in a way, you hit midnight twice, right? You hit midnight twice, and what that means is, am I even coming through? Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. You hit midnight, and then you set your clock. Oh, forward. Oh no, you don't miss it twice.
No,
it's only in the fall that you hit it twice, because at midnight you change it back to 11, and then you hit midnight again.
You're supposed to change it at 2 a.m.
Would be, before bed.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Whatever that is.
That's pretty much the time. If you don't have anything to do
Before
from
bed.
10 to 12, but I think if you're trying to schedule things like at midnight on that day, it's hard to do.
Yeah, it looks like my phone and my computer they automatically reset the time.
Yeah, most things do these days, really, with the calendars and stuff.
Well, my microwave clock, coffee maker clock, clock in the bathroom, living room, and my alarm clock I have to manually reset.
Uh-huh.
And and the battery ones are kind of funny because they don't agree with each other. All the battery clocks. I have 3 different battery clocks.
Yeah.
And they don't agree with each other. They're off by, usually I try and make them exactly the same, but one of them goes a little faster, the other goes a little slower. And the crazy thing is these clocks, when you look at them, the battery operated clocks, they're all almost exactly identical.
Mm-hmm.
I've taken them apart just because I wanted to see how the cogs and wheels worked on the inside, right? And they're not made to be taken apart, so you gotta pry open the seam around the middle.
Yeah.
And you open them up, and they're all inter-attached, and when you remove one side, they start to come apart.
Mm-hmm.
And so you have to kind of try and put the little cogs and wheels back to see how it all works. And so what fascinates me is because they are all identical, every single one that I've taken apart is identical from the last one, how is it that they can operate differently from each other if they're identical?
It's like the slight weight between the arms that's causing it to...
Yeah, and they're not off immediately. It might take weeks and weeks before one is a minute faster than the other.
Yeah.
So...
One of them has to struggle ever so slightly with moving that arm. Maybe.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. Yeah.
Causes it to go a little slower.
Or there's a slight hairbreadth gap somewhere.
Yeah.
And so it takes just a little bit longer to turn a little cog.
Yeah.
Something like that. I just find that easy, fascinating, interesting, not easy. There's a clock where I work that has a GPS on it, and to reset the time, you press a little button. It sends out a signal to a satellite, and the satellite tells it what time it is, and then you see the little hands go, and then it goes to the right time.
Mm-hmm. Whoa.
Yeah, it's pretty fascinating. And, moving the hands manually, that's not a good idea. That screws it up.
Mm-hmm.
Because the clock looks at what time it's displaying, figures out where it needs to be, and moves the appropriate amount of arm space, hand space, right? The hands
Analog and digital, huh? Probably.
Well, digitally programmed, but analog mechanically.
Whoa.
So, yeah, something like that.
How often do you reset it?
Oh, I've only seen it done once. Mostly they just slap my hands and say, "Don't touch it."
Yeah.
Because I like, ooh, let me play with this.
Yeah.
It's a mechanical device.
They want it to go at to the same spot.
Yeah, they're afraid I'll break it. Which, I don't know, it's a valid concern, small valid concern.
Yeah.
I mean, if you don't know how it works or what it's doing, fiddling with it is a risk.
Yeah.
Right? So, yeah, that's how it goes down most of the time.
Yeah, it's daylight savings time week this week.
Yeah.
That's what we're doing all week. We're going to be talking about daylight savings time. I always talk about this actually every once or twice a year, I guess, if you watch the old episodes, even before we were doing these theme weeks. So it's always a big topic for me on the program.
I think daylight savings time has long since past its usefulness.
Yeah.
I mean, originally it was for farmers and farming. Summer vacation for kids.
Mm-hmm.
It's about farming. They're what you'd call what's a thing that you still have? It's no longer become useful, but you still hold on to it. Yeah. Vestigial.
Yeah, I think that was from
Vestigial.
when a majority of people were farmers, maybe back in the day, like in the 1800s or something.
Yeah, our tailbone. It's called the coccyx.
Yeah.
And it comes to a little point. Yeah, vestigial.
Daylight savings time's like a tail, monkey tail. We don't need it anymore, but or appendix.
Yeah, body hair mostly vestigial.
I wonder what's
Mostly.
yeah. When did daylight savings time start? Was it in the 1800s or like before?
I don't know. It may have begun in Europe. It may be begun in the U.S., but it's worldwide for the most part. It's done planet-wide. Different countries do it. Some countries don't do it at all.
Yeah.
And I think China does not do.
Some states don't even do it.
China does not do. In China, it's always the same time, no matter where the sun is.
Yeah.
It's always the same time. They haven't divided, the international time zones.
Yeah.
Where there's Pacific time, Mountain time, and that just goes from pole to pole. And when you get past this point, it's the next hour, and then you get past that point, and it's the next hour.
They still do time zones in China?
No.
Oh, they don't? Yeah.
It's all the same time in China. China is a vast country. It would occupy, I think, about 4 time zones.
So you just got to know what time of the day. Like if you live in a different time, you just got to change your calendar.
Yeah. No
clock.
matter where you are in China, it is the same time.
I think that's
everyone.
a good thing. That's what I want over here. Like we don't need all these things and like.
Well, time zones are practical, because the sun rises at a particular moment.
Yeah. Well, why can't we just say the sun rises at a different time? Like, why does the sun need to rise at like 6 a.m.? Why can't the sun rise at 2 a.m. and you just sleep? It's just you sleep at I think if the sun rose at 2 a.m. we'd just go to sleep, or at different times, like late in the morning, it would just be different.
Well, the sunrise occurs on the East Coast 3 hours before it occurs on the West Coast.
Yeah.
And if I were to tell someone, hey, You know, what time does the sun come up? And even though it comes up 3 hours over there than it does for me, and the person says, well, it's the same time. Even though I think that would be confusing. I think daylight savings time is just adds complexity and confusion, because you're physically changing your clock to meet some arbitrary thing that is not. It has nothing to do with when the sun comes up.
Yeah.
It's just we're moving the clock over here.
We're going to write a number down on our hands here. It's time for the dice game. We're going to... Oh, Don's going to get sick. Don't get me sick.
I went that way.
Yeah.
I went that way.
Still talking to you, Mike. I hope I don't get sick. If I do, I'll know who to blame. We're going to...
Blame the virus, not the host.
We're going to write a number in our hands. We're going to try to visualize the future. Well, Dan's not going to try to visualize the future. He's just going to write a 3. I think.
Oh, I'm visualizing. Don't you worry about that.
All right. Here we go. Let's roll the dice. We're going to start off with 1.
I choose the green one.
Here it goes. 3. You won.
Yeah, I won.
You did it.
I visualized just enough.
You got 500 points.
I did. 500 points.
Yeah.
I'm all happy and crap now. Big news in science this week.
Yeah.
Planets. Lots and lots and lots of planets. I've read the same article, or various incarnations of the same article now for the better part of the last week. And I've told you about the Kepler space probe, right?
I think so.
Yeah, probably several times. But as a recap, for those of you who have not heard it or are unaware, Kepler is a space probe, and it's floating out in space. It is not orbiting the Earth per se. It is trailing the Earth. It is in its own orbit, and it's following the Earth. It's in the L1, 2, 3, I think it's the L3 position. So its orbit is a little bit further out, and so the pull of the Earth is pulling it towards the Earth, but because it's farther out in an orbit, it wants to orbit slower, and so it has 3 forces acting on it to hold it in a very stable position. And the 3 forces are its own orbital centrifugal force, making it want to fly away, and then there's the pull of the sun, keeping it in its circular orbital path, and then there is the gravity of the Earth pulling on it to have it pulled more towards the Earth. So there's 2 forces pulling and 1 force pushing, and it makes for a very stable position. There's 4 points, 1 closer to the sun, 1 on the opposite side of the sun, 1 a little bit forward of the Earth, and 1 a little bit behind the Earth. And these are these 4 points, and they're called Lagrange points. And we can stick satellites, asteroids, and comets and stuff, and different small objects can live in these very, very stable orbital positions for long periods of time. If the object is really, really big, its own gravity will affect the orbital position of whatever the planet it is in the position of. In Jupiter, orbiting around Jupiter, these Lagrange points, there are all kinds of small asteroids and icy bodies that orbit these 4 points called the Lagrange points. And there's a group of asteroids called the Trojans. And there's a whole pile of them just ahead of Jupiter's orbit, and a whole pile behind Jupiter's orbit, and they orbit in these positions. And they move around inside the Lagrange points, but they're very, very stable spots. And so scientists started noticing these piles of asteroids that are orbiting in front of and behind Jupiter, and it was part of how they realized that the Lagrange points were things that happen for all the planets. You can have little stable positions in front of, behind of, above, and below. Anyway, so Kepler is a satellite that is orbiting in this Lagrange point, and it's been observing a group of 160,000 stars for 3 years now. And it ran out of its little fuel. It had fuel.
Oh, yeah.
It ran out of its fuel, and that fuel keeps it oriented in the one position, you know, as it moves around and moves around. And so now it's not able to stay focused on the one spot of stars. It moves around a little bit. And so it's not as functional. But it gathered data for 3 years on these stars. And any of the stars that wink, where their light dips ever so slightly, that tells us that an object has passed in front of the star. Or the star has dipped behind some other object that is slightly dimmer than the star. If you had two stars, and the star that we are looking at was brightness level 1, and another star passes in front of it, and its brightness level 0.75, slightly dimmer, then the light level will dip. If it happens to be a little planet, the planet does not emit its own light. It actually makes a better door than a window, and the light level drops. And so the astronomers, when they look at these light signatures, you know, you're staring at a star and you see it regularly dip in its light level, you have to determine whether, you have to make sure it's not a binary star, because, you know, the light will change. You have to make sure that the star does not pulsate. You have to make sure, because all stars have solar prominences and flares, and you know, they have all kinds of activity on the surface of the star. And you have to make sure that it's not like sunspots, because other stars have sunspots just like ours. And they look a little different. And so you have to watch the star for a while and make sure that it's a regularly repeating pattern, and it's the same brightness dip every time. And that tells you that something is orbiting in front of it. So Kepler's been looking at all these stars, and it had found I think something like 3,000 candidates. And what has to happen is every time it finds a candidate, it's like, look, we see this star, there are regular dips, they're every 6 days, or every 2 weeks, or every 93 days, or something like that. We'll send this data over to you, the name and location of the star, over to another group. You guys watch the star and see if you're seeing the same thing as us. And this is scientific verification, where you have a different group of people doing the same experiment, getting the same result. That's a confirmation. You can even have 3 or 4 other observers observing the same thing, writing down the results, and verifying or denying the what everyone else is seeing. So what has happened is Kepler has found somewhere around 500 stars altogether, and they recently announced another 715 planets that they have found.
That's a lot.
Yeah.
All at once?
Yeah. It's just a big announcement. Okay, here we are. Here's all these stars that have planets. They've been confirmed. Here you go. Take a look. You can. Anyone else can check out and validate or verify this stuff that we found. And here you go. Take a look. So that is happening now. But there are 3 interesting things about this. Is that they have announced 715 planets, and half of them are in multiple star systems, which is to say that there are 715 planets, but they found them in 350 star systems, meaning that all the stars have more than one planet. Not all of them, but many of these planets are multiple planets. It's not just one planet orbiting a star. It's like 2 planets.
Yeah.
Or in some cases 3 or 4 planets orbiting one star.
We have 9, right? Is that a normal?
8.
8? Oh, yeah.
8 and a whole bunch of dwarf planets.
Hey, it's info time.
Pile.
1. Now it's info time.
Yeah, we have 9. Here are some answers to some frequently asked questions about the program. You're watching it right now, and it's called Your Daily Hour with Me. It's a call-in television talk show filmed here in Thurston County every day, 7 days a week, 365 days a year. Airs every night, 11:30 on Channel 22. Each episode was filmed the week before it airs on television. So if you are watching the 2 a.m. episode, it was filmed this time last year, same day and month. You can also catch any episode on youtube.com. Anyone can be on the program, especially you. Your Daily Hour relies on community for content, so give us a call, 360-836-4384, and leave a message, and we'll call you back on the program. Thank you for watching, and now, back to the program. I did that pretty good.
Yeah.
I would say 98% I got correct.
So it's 8 or 9. Is that we have more planets than most stars?
Okay, we have 4 rocky planets or terrestrial planets.
Yeah.
We have 4 gas giants, and we have 10 dwarf planets.
Whoa.
Yeah.
So is that more than most stars get though?
Well, I mean, we only have the capacity really to see planets going around stars that are either really big and they affect the what the star is doing. Like Jupiter makes our sun wobble. Jupiter's gravity and mass is enough that its gravitational pull makes our sun wobble a little bit as it orbits around. So another observer, let's say there was intelligent life on Alpha Centauri, or a planet going around Alpha Centauri, if they observed our sun, they wouldn't necessarily be able to see Mercury, possibly not Venus, possibly not Earth or Mars, but they would see Jupiter and Saturn.
Whoa, so
the gravity of Jupiter and Saturn.
There's planets that are Earth-sized we wouldn't even know they exist?
No, they wouldn't know that we exist at all.
So we wouldn't know that they exist either then, huh?
Correct.
So all the life planets, that we don't even know about possibly then.
Well, all they could do is speculate.
Yeah.
They would say, okay, here's this giant planet the size of Jupiter. It takes 11 years to go around the host star. We have no evidence of other planets orbiting it. And Jupiter's mass is way too big to support life as we know it. This is assuming that aliens living on a planet orbiting Alpha Centauri are human-like. Let's pretend for a moment they're mammals. Intelligent mammals, not unlike us. And you can't speculate in science too far, because that's just stupid. It's not a good idea.
Can't, I mean, if there's the gas giants, they can maybe assume that there's smaller planets like ours, all right?
Well, one can always speculate that a moon orbiting a giant gas giant is big enough to support enough gravity for an atmosphere. It should be at a location at a distance from its star where water could be in the liquid state, at least around the equator, for life as we know it to exist. And so that's what we look for. We look for a planet that is Earth-size and orbiting at a distance where its host star offers enough brightness and warmth so that whatever kind of planet is orbiting around it, water can exist. And the gravity isn't too big, the gravity isn't too small. Another interesting note, these planets that they discovered are Neptune size and smaller. And given the evidence, it looks more and more and more like the vast majority of planets orbiting these other stars are not these hot Jupiters that orbit super close to their sun. They are Earth-sized. And they orbit at median distances, not all super close in, not way far away, but in a comfortable space, not unlike our solar system. And another interesting thing is the planets that go around our sun are in resonant orbits, meaning that every 2 times that Mercury orbits the sun, Venus orbits once.
Whoa.
And every 3 times that Venus orbits the sun, the Earth orbits twice. And every 2 times that, I think it's every 2.5. No, I think it's every 2 times that the Earth orbits, Mars orbits once.
Makes sense.
So,
yeah.
and I think that these are ratios. These are real simple ratios, and they have found these with other planets orbiting the other sun. And what they've done, and it looks like this is a valid situation with a lot of planets orbiting these other suns, is that they've discovered planets orbiting a sun, and they're in these resonant orbits, and they haven't located a planet orbiting in this gap where you could have a planet orbiting right here at this distance, and it would be in the right resonant orbit for the planet orbiting inside, closer to the sun, and a planet orbiting outside. And they've speculated this, and like, okay, well, let's see if there's any information, any evidence of a planet orbiting in this resonant orbital position, and they found 2 this way. They've discovered 2 planets.
Whoa.
They said there should be a planet orbiting right here because there's this gap. And all these other planets in this particular solar
found
system.
them.
Yeah. Yeah. So the orbits, the 4 Galilean moons, Io, Europa, Ganymede, and Callisto. These are these giant moons, larger than our moon, orbiting Jupiter, very close. They're these 4 big ones that orbit closest to Jupiter. There's all kinds of moons that orbit farther out, but they're smaller and icy and less massive. But these 4, they're in resonant orbits. For every 2 orbits that Io does, Europa does 1, and for every 3 orbits that Europa does, Ganymede does 2. And I forget Callisto, but they have these resonant patterns. And so it's a common phenomena, not just in our solar system, because our planets do it, and the moons of Jupiter do it. Some of the moons of Saturn do it, a couple of moons of Uranus, and I think 1 or 2 of Neptune.
Fair enough.
Yeah. We got a couple of messages. These are from the same caller. It's 2 messages. That's all we got today, so we should listen to these.
Fair enough.
Fair enough.
I want to go to the University of Pittsburgh. We got a dog food to feed that day.
What?
That's weird.
University of Pittsburgh. We got a dog food to feed that day.
Dog, we had a bee bear bait. I don't know what he's saying. But he left one more message, though.
Dog to feed that day.
Hey, I love it, man. My name's Cozy.
Hey, Cozy.
I'd love to be on your show one day.
Oh,
I got a great message. I understand with everybody's shit getting taken. Downtown Lefty, it's really starting to piss me off, too. I wanna come speak my mind with you boys and girls. Let's give me a call back. 360-456.
Blah, blah, blah.
1946. Or 360. That's my cell phone that was stolen. But I stopped and got the same number. Give me a call. Late. My name's Cozy.
Okay, Cozy, we're here. Let's call Cozy back.
Cozy.
Say, hey, Cozy, we'll maybe invite him to TCTV this Friday. That was last Friday for the viewers, though, so don't go to the last. But if you went last Friday, you can check it out on TV this Friday.
Oh, that's right. It'll be on YouTube.
Are you gonna be there on Friday? Hello, Cozy.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's the program. We're on TV. How you doing?
Calling you back.
Oh, Jason?
We're on TV.
What channel?
Channel 22. We're not on right now. We're on next week.
Yeah. We're calling Cozy
Jason,
back.
is this you?
Is this Cozy?
We're calling.
Yeah.
We're calling Cozy back.
You're Cozy?
Yeah.
What really? Cozy sounded like a man on the message.
Yeah, a low husky voice.
Oh, you're voting Derek.
Are you? Is there more than one Cozy?
Yes, I'm his grandmother.
Okay, so yeah, he called and he left us a message, and he said, "Call me back. My name is Cozy."
Well, he had to take his dad to the doctor.
Oh, okay.
But this is. Well, who am I who am I going to tell it called?
Tell him it's the program. Your Daily Hour with me. I don't know if you watched it. He's been watching, I think.
Yeah, if you get cable and it's channel 22, 11:30 at night. We're on. We do a show every night.
I think he was watching at 2 a.m. though.
Oh.
Well, listen. Why don't I have him to call you back? He'll be back probably about 3.
Oh, that might be too late, but you can have him call back. Tell him to leave us another message.
Yeah.
Well, who am I still going to tell him to call?
Your Daily Hour with me.
Yeah, tell him it's the program on TV.
Okay, I will tell him.
Hey,
thank you very much.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
Grandma,
Thank you.
Grandma Cozy.
Bye.
Okay.
Hello?
Yes, we're gonna play the dice game. You want to pick a number between 1 and 6?
Yeah. We play a little game on the program. We roll a dice and see who wins, and so everyone picks a number between 1 and 6. I picked 3.
Well, that's fine. I'll tell him to call you. He knows who to call then.
Yeah. Okay. Bye.
All right.
Bye.
Bye.
Here you go.
I'm envisioning another 3 over here.
Oh, 4 and 5. I lost.
Oh man, what number?
Well, you're
did you
still winning.
pick?
I have a 1 today. You're winning still with 500 points.
500 points. I'll need to use those points to help me to get to work on time.
Yeah.
Yeah, big changes at the studio are coming.
Well, yeah, that's coming up pretty soon. What are they gonna do with all the old stuff?
eBay, Craigslist.
I wonder how much they're gonna put it up for. I'm gonna try to get some of that stuff.
Yeah, you should look.
On our.
It's old equipment. It's been used over and over and over again. So.
I definitely want to get at least. I mean, a lot of it, at least the board. I don't know if I can.
Oh yeah. I am not privy to.
Hello?
Hey, Freddie.
Hey, Freddie.
Hey guys, at TCTV working on some stuff here.
Yeah, I will be there shortly.
Excellent.
We gotta try to get some of that gear from TCTV when they change out the studio stuff.
Yeah, they're putting in a lot of it on eBay. They're doing, they're not doing the yard sale thing because it was such a nightmare in terms of bookkeeping the last time, and some of the stuff's probably going to end up at Goodwill, and that seems like the easiest way to snatch it.
Well, maybe we can get some. We can get some dibs on it, and before they put it at Goodwill.
Sounds like no. I tried to get. There was even just a monitor, and I was given express instruction that none of this stuff is supposed to end up in anybody's car. They have to go to Goodwill. So I don't know exactly why, but that's the way that they're doing it. We'll see what we can do, though.
You can buy it. Well, we'll have to find out about that. How are you doing today?
Pretty good. Came over this morning from Eastern Washington. Got Snoqualmie Pass was so snowy that it was closed, and there was avalanche control and debris all over the road, and so we ended up. Me and my dad drove through to not Grants Pass.
White
Pass, yeah. So that was a long drive. Been driving. We woke up at like 5 in the morning and started out at about 6, and I got here around noon. So it was a long time, but I made it, and everything is good to go. It's even crazier in Washington, D.C. right now. I heard that they shut the government down. It was so snowy.
Wow.
But the post office, on the other hand, is still delivering mail. So.
Well, that's their motto.
Yep.
Yeah. Still works.
Wow.
Anyway, that's the deal.
I'm
kind of in the middle of production is going pretty good. I'm turning in some episodes, but we're all scheduled for tonight, and things are going good. Very nice production, and YouTube upload is starting now. I got my Comcast working again.
Good deal.
And so we should be back in total production.
Great.
Nice.
Oh, and also fruit juice, hot fruit. I think I maybe already said that, but they're confirmed. They're also playing a show tonight for not the viewers, but for you guys in the studio there, at the Voyage tonight. So I don't know if you want to check it out and we can talk to them or something. But seems like it's going to work out just fine.
Hot Fruit and DJ Carl on TV this Friday.
DJ Carl.
Oh, wow.
All right.
DJ Carl.
Gotta get back in here and start and keep working. So
Thanks, Freddie.
Maybe I'll see you tonight.
Okay, I'll talk to you later.
All right, there he goes. We have one final phone call to make, and then we're done with all the schedule stuff here.
Do you have any questions about these planets?
I don't know. They think there's life on the moons of Jupiter, possibly.
Because of the.
Hey, what's up, Kenny?
Hey, Sam. We're on TV. How you doing today?
I'm okay. I hurt my neck really bad.
Oh yeah, what'd you do?
I slept on it weird, and I balanced a shopping cart on my chin.
Oh man.
Yeah.
Wow.
I've never really hurt myself doing it, and I think it mostly has to do with, as weird as it sounds, like sleeping wrong, but I bet the shopping cart probably didn't help anything.
Uh-huh.
You got hit with a shopping cart?
No, he balances stuff on his face. He was balancing on his face, and it messed up his neck.
Oh.
Yeah, that seems like it could mess up your neck if you're not careful with that, carrying heavy things in your face.
I don't know. I never hurt myself doing it before. Until I dropped the wheelbarrow on my head one time. But I don't know. It's it's pretty awful, man. I'm actually on my way to the chiropractor right now. So yeah.
Are you driving?
Yeah, I'm driving as usual.
Maybe we should get you off the phone then. You're scheduled to be here tomorrow.
What time?
Can you do 10 o'clock?
Yeah, I'll try. I'm not totally sure, but I'll try, Kenny.
You think your neck's gonna be messed up, or you have children stuff?
I'm just not totally sure what's going to be going on. There's a chance my neck's really bad, and I just don't know, man. You know, I know it's kind of been one of those deals. It's really hard to say, man. Like I'm in pretty bad shape right now.
Oh man, well call us about it and tell us about what's going on. We're getting another phone call on the other line.
Well, I hope it feels better.
So I'll tell you. Talk to you later, Kenny.
Okay, hey, it's Yellow Fellow. Yellow Fellow, how you doing?
Hey, Yellow Fellow.
I'm good. How are you?
Hey, good. We haven't talked to you in a long time. You're calling, huh?
Yeah, it's been forever, man.
We're recording right now.
Oh, are you guys recording a show?
We are. You caught us. You got lucky. You caught us at the right time.
Yeah, that was kind of amazing.
Good timing.
Yeah, and it's a Monday too.
It is.
How are you doing today?
Yeah.
I'm doing well.
What's you up to?
I'm just sitting around with my friend Brendan.
Does he know about the program?
No. Do you watch Your Daily Hour with me? It's in Washington. He says yes.
Oh yeah. Is he
Nice.
Is he making stuff up because you're? I don't know. You always used to do that.
Wait, well you're
What?
in Canada, right?
No, that's the Zizang. You're in.
Oh, Zizang, right?
You're in like the Midwest or something, right?
I live in Colorado.
Colorado.
Okay. Okay.
Are you 21?
I will be 28 next November.
20?
28.
Oh, 28. Okay, so you are in the. Are they selling marijuana in bars in Colorado?
Yeah, they give it to you if you ask for it. It's crazy.
Wow. So I heard this thing. I heard some news articles that like a couple months ago it became fully legal for anyone over the age of 21 to smoke, and then there was this big the day that it happened, there were all these deaths that were reported. People died due to smoking
There's
too
about
much.
30 deaths in my county last fall.
Marijuana deaths?
Due to marijuana?
There's no
Yeah,
marijuana
overdose.
deaths. That doesn't happen.
What?
You can't die from that stuff. Maybe from car accidents or something.
Now, the stuff that I read about the people that died, and there were only a few stories of the number of people that died. What I read was that these were people that had been heavily addicted to other drugs, or they already had pre-existing medical conditions that smoking all that weed just made things worse for them and they died. Is that, am I close? Is that correct? Have you read or heard anything like that?
I've heard a couple of stories, if you'd allow me to elaborate.
Wait, it's time for a commercial break. Can you hold on for a minute?
6, 5,
Yeah.
Okay.
3, 2, 1. After these messages, we'll be right back.
Dance, Ole, dance. Live TV dance party. First Friday of each month. 8 p.m. to 9 p.m. TCTV Studio A. 440 Yager Way. Oh, yeah.
Brown Interior Limited presents Private Memories, the new Skrill Meadow album for 2014. Featuring the song Say Fudge. First and Hole.
Yeah. I just got lucky and
Work with what you got.
Here's the element.
I've been on it a couple times. Definitely.
And Long Weekend. Private Memories from Skrill Meadow, available at these fine retailers.
Coming up tomorrow
on the program.
Your daily hour with.
Yeah. Hey. It's the commercial. Look,
Hey.
Freddie's here. No, on the show.
He was here the whole time. Oh my God! Don't step on my.
Sam is here today.
Yeah.
It's Daylight Savings Time week.
That's.
Whoa!
Well played.
Oh, dang. Oh, or whatever, 9/11, 2 a.m. TC Pro 42.
That was such a disaster. My neck's so jacked up I can't even turn around and look at it.
Did you call him? Like you called him. Why?
Hey, we're back.
We are back on the program. Commercials are done. We're back.
Yellow fella, you still there?
I'm here.
What have you been doing? When was the last time we talked to you? I think it's been years.
It's been about a year, I believe.
Yeah, that sounds about right. That sounds about right. Because this time last year, weren't you doing the mobile thing? Or
No, that was 2 years ago.
That was 2 years ago? Oh my goodness, how time flies.
Yeah. Well, what are you up to, Yellow fella? You still living with your parents, or you move out of there?
I moved out of my parents' house, so I'm living with my friends.
So
Nice.
no more bathtub. Your father put you in the bathtub and stuff. Remember that?
What?
Remember last time you were talking about how your father did weird things to you in the bathtub?
Oh, yeah, my father abuses me.
Well, that's over though. You moved out.
You're free.
I mean, when I visit, I still get abused.
You do? Well, why do you take that? You don't have to go back, once you're out.
Well, the thing is, I have a lot of younger siblings who live there, and I feel like I'm abandoning them unless I give them a visit.
Uh-huh. But
Yeah.
you can stop them. You could call, if you have real problems, you could call CPS.
What?
Child Protective Services, if you're having real, abuse issues.
Yeah.
I don't want to like cause a whole family thing.
Yeah, but sometimes
Like a whole
that's
family problem.
well, sometimes you need to do that. I don't know. What
A lot of people help abusers continue abusing because they keep silent. They think that they're talking about it will somehow make things worse when that really is the first and best step to take to stop it. Shining the light
I don't know if
of
it's that
day
big
on
of
it.
a deal.
Yeah, I don't know. That might have been jokes anyway. What you still doing yellow stuff there, or are you over that?
Oh no, I've just been spending a lot of my time with my work.
Well, yeah. What are you doing?
I actually opened up my own franchise of Wendy's.
Really?
Oh, nice. Nice.
Yeah.
Nice. I like those square hamburger patties.
What?
At Wendy's, the hamburger patties are square.
Yeah, they're square. That's it's something original about Wendy's.
Why are they square?
That's the way that they get prepackaged and sent to us.
But You don't know why? There's no reason?
But I think that's because back when Wendy's was created in the early, I think it was 50s, they made a decision then that they wanted square bread. So naturally, they decided the next best thing after that was to get square meat as well.
But they don't have square bread.
Well,
they discontinued that.
The bread is round right now.
Well, you think about it too, for storage and shipping purposes. Boxes are square. They have the square corners.
Mm-hmm.
And if your hamburger patties...
Well, no. They're served in circular... We get our packages in circular containers.
The boxes are circular?
Oh, yeah,
yeah. Yellow fella's a joke. Just making stuff up. You really own it, Wendy's, yellow fella? You're still on this whole just making stuff up kick, aren't you?
What'd you say?
Yeah. What's the special right now? You guys got the Baconators?
So we don't continue that at our location anymore.
Yeah. Do you have one of those Coke machines that has like 100 flavors?
No.
No. I think you're making stuff up.
We serve wheatgrass shots.
Yeah. All right. Yeah.
Those are delicious.
Have you been watching the program? You've been keeping up?
I caught the last week's shows.
Yeah.
Like these shows last week.
So once a month now we're doing stuff in the studio, and it's a big production.
It's Daylight Savings Time week this week. What do you think about Daylight Savings Time?
Yeah.
I was going to celebrate the solstice with my family.
The spring solstice?
The solstice. Summer solstice.
The summer solstice is not for a while.
Well,
no, that's this week.
It's
every
the spring.
once a year.
It's the spring and fall equinoxes, and the summer and winter solstices.
So it's the equinox.
What?
The equinox is coming up here pretty soon, but that's not Daylight Savings Time. It's different.
That's not the same as the solstice.
Correct.
Or Daylight Savings Time either. They're not the same.
I don't know about that.
What do you think about Daylight Savings Time?
Yeah. We were talking about that.
I know that is also known as the southern solstice, and that it's typically on the 21st or 22nd day of the month, according to the Gregorian calendar.
Yeah.
Yeah, March 21st or March 22nd.
That's when spring starts, but that's different than what we're talking about.
Yeah, see, equinox.
The December solstice solar year is the solar year based on the December solstice. It is thus the length of time between adjacent December solstices. The length of the December solstice year has been relatively stable between 6000 BC and 2000 at 4930.
Are you reading stuff off the internet?
No, I took a class from this last year.
Yeah, that's consistent with what I know.
All right.
Yeah. An equinox, the word itself, equal and nox. Equal stands for even or equal, and nox is Latin for night. So.
Do you say mox? Like
nox.
mox?
N-O-X. Nox.
M-O-S?
N-O-X. Nox is Latin for night.
So it's equal day and night, huh?
Yep.
In the spring?
Yeah.
L-M-N-O-P.
Well, that's certainly yellow.
Yeah.
Or should be.
Making stuff up. Yellow fellow.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, so the equinoxes are when the day and the night are exactly even.
Yellow fellow, what do you think about the Ukraine?
I've been following it very closely.
Uh-huh. What's your opinion?
Well, I think Putin has a lot to answer for.
Uh-huh.
Why do you say that?
He's in Russia, right? What about Russia and Ukraine, they're not the same thing.
Yeah, I mean, not exactly, because the Ukraine might get bombed by Iran.
By Iran? I haven't heard about that.
It's quite a bit north
That's
of
what I
Iran.
believe. Ukraine gets 70% of its natural gas from its eastern neighbor.
Yeah. What's going on with that?
The heating fuel has long been a source of price disputes between the two countries.
Yeah.
Are you just looking at? I feel like you're just reading stuff off the internet.
No, this is what I learned. I'm taking a class this year on current history.
All these classes. Are you even in Colorado? I think Yellow Fellow's making everything up. It's time for the dice game. You want to pick a number?
Yeah, pick a number.
7.
7.
7, right? Yeah, I knew you were going to say 7. That's not how you win, Yellow Fellow. You still picking 7 after all this time? Here we go.
Hey, could you pick a different number, maybe?
No, he wants a 7. He doesn't want to play. That's what always happens.
Okay.
All right, here you go. Yellow Fellow, you've lost. You've lost the dice game.
I am picturing a 3.
No, I didn't lose.
You want to pick a number between 1 and 6?
Well, you could be fair and use my number.
No.
There are only 6 sides.
He
on
knows.
the
Here we
dice.
go. Here we go.
Use a different dice system.
3, 4, 5 again. It's double. We just got doubles of what we did before, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Looks like Dan is a winner today. Yellow Fellow, me and you, we both lost.
What? Oh, my friend wants to talk to you.
Okay.
Hi.
Hi.
Good. Who are you?
It's Your Daily Hour with me. I'm Rick. We're on TV.
What?
We're on TV.
You're on TV?
Yeah.
What do you do on TV?
We're talking.
What? I don't care. Wait, talk to him about this. My friend knows a lot about the Ukraine.
Yeah, what about it? What's going on over there?
Russia invaded.
Russia invaded?
Yep.
Really? When did that
idea.
happen? That's new, right? I don't think that happened.
Yeah.
Just making stuff up. Yellow Phone's friend. Have you ever seen the program before?
No, Russia did invade.
Yeah.
Oh, they did? Today?
Yeah. Yesterday.
Oh, man, really?
Tanks and armored vehicle carriers and all
that's a
kinds
big
of
deal,
stuff
right?
is rolled. Oh, yeah, it's a huge deal.
So what's going on with that? Are people mad about that?
Oh, yeah, they're really upset. Well, there's been a great deal of civil unrest in Ukraine
So
due
Russia's
to extremely high food and fuel prices.
What is Russia doing? They're trying to stop the big revolution?
The idea is they're coming in to help keep the peace. That's the idea.
But they're like working. They're like with the government, the Ukraine government, or which side of the side of people of the Ukraine government?
That's weird as shit. Hey, did you guys know that the UN ambassador Power says Russia intervention must stop?
Yeah.
Oh man.
Everyone but Russia is unhappy with what Russia is doing,
Oh
including
man.
the U.S. Did
you know that America's UN ambassador blasted Russia on Monday for its dangerous military intervention in Ukraine?
Yeah, John
calling
Kerry.
it a violation of international law.
Oh,
and saying it
John
must
Kerry,
stop.
like the presidential candidate from a while ago.
Yep, John Kerry, the dude that ran against Bush. Yep. He's sitting there saying, "Oh, invading another country based on made-up reasons is wrong."
Mm-hmm.
And that is completely ridiculous because the U.S. did that with Iraq.
Yeah.
Made up a bunch of reasons and went in and invaded. Our government is completely hypocritical to complain in any way because we have done the same thing 10 years ago.
Yeah.
So,
Did you guys hear about the Boston Marathon bombing last year?
Yeah, that was a while ago.
Yeah, I watched it over and over and
that's
over
kind
and
of
over and
similar
over
to
again on TV.
What'd you say?
I said that reminds me of like the current thing going on in Ukraine.
In what way?
Nuclear explosions.
Yeah.
Power.
Y'all fellas friends with me. You guys is making stuff up and crazy out there.
The Boston Marathon was not a nuclear attack.
Yeah, they know. They know. They're just being crazy. Have you ever been on TV before, Yellow Fella's friend there?
Have I ever been on TV?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
What'd you do on TV?
I was a local news representative for my county.
Yeah. Is this even a different person? I think this is still Yellow Fella. You guys sound very similar.
You sound like twins.
This is the same person. I talk about yellow things.
Oh, I thought you passed the phone, though.
What?
You passed the phone to your friend? You pass it back?
Am I talking to you back to back?
No, didn't you pass the phone to your friend?
My friend?
Yeah.
We have been unclear as to who we are talking
Can I
to.
talk to my friend? All right, 1 second.
Yeah, it's,
Hello?
yeah. Oh, yellow fellow, you're being crazy, aren't you?
Oh, yeah, you're messing with us.
Hello?
Yeah. Hey, is this not Yellow? Is Yellow fellow's friend now, huh?
Yeah.
Blue fellow, what do you like to do? You ever been on TV before?
I don't really do anything.
You ever been on TV?
Nah.
You ever seen the program?
Nah.
No, you can watch it. Tell Yellow fellow to have you watch some old episodes where he has been on them.
Yeah, go to YouTube. Go to Your Daily Hour with Me on YouTube.
Nah.
There are thousands of episodes. Thousands.
Thousands.
Yes.
Nice.
Well, 1,000.
Yeah. A little over 1,000.
Not really.
A little over 1,000. I mean, just recently we did episode 1, 2, 3, 4.
Have you ever been to Yellow fellow's family's house before?
Yeah.
Is he whisper? I don't even know. Is he think there's actually two people there? I'm not sure.
It doesn't sound like it. The voices are extremely similar.
Yeah.
What was your question?
Is there really two people there? Because it sounds like it was only one person.
Okay, I got a question for you. Have you ever operated or seen someone operate a fire extinguisher?
A fire extinguisher. We
Yes.
have one right in front of us in the
Yes,
house.
but have you ever used one or seen someone use one in a real situation?
What? The cheapest one?
No. Have you used a fire extinguisher or seen someone use a fire extinguisher on a fire?
Back in high school, actually, it had to do something pretty courageous using a fire extinguisher.
Yeah, what's that?
What'd you do?
The science lab fought fire because we had brought the elementary school into the high school for the day to learn what goes on in a professional science lab. And we were mixing beakers together, showing the children the way around the lab, like the different potions we made. And one of them poured the wrong potion into the wrong beaker, and there was a big fire. And I saw the fire extinguisher, and I took it, and I put the fire out, and I probably saved about 30 lives.
I don't believe you.
Bullshit! Never say that! You're a bullshit artist!
Yeah.
What?
You hear that? Somebody is accusing you of lying in the background there.
1 minute left.
Oh, hey, it's the end of the show. Thanks for calling. Keep calling, leaving messages, okay? And he's,
oh my God.
That was a little weird.
You're so full of shit.
Yeah, goodbye, yellow fella. Thanks for calling and making up the stories. Thanks, Dan. Thanks for being here today.
This is great. This is great today. Sorry I was a little late.
It's okay.
5 minutes, but that's pretty good.
No problem.
I'm usually later than that.
Yeah,
typically.
thanks, Freddie, yellow fellow. What was that guy's name? Cozy? Thanks, Cozy. Grandma Cozy.
Grandma Cozy. Cozy Grandma.
And
Freddie. Talk to Freddie.
Yeah.
And whoever that. Yeah, that's
Oh,
right.
Sam, too, yeah.
Sam?
Sam.
Oh, yeah.
He messed with his neck.
Oh, yeah. Balancing a shopping cart. Shopping carts. Oh, my God. They must weigh 50 pounds.
Yeah. Well, it's
you know, I would suggest to this person that he balance nothing lighter on his head than a hat.
Yeah. Hey, thanks, episode number and day of the week. Thank you.
Hats are pretty easy to balance on your head.
Yeah.
I balanced a few on my head. I've even balanced 2 hats on my head at the same time.
Whoa. Thanks, computers.
I thought you'd be impressed. I was.
Facebook and Twitter and YouTube, we're on there. Check it out.
So I was watching the Oscars.
Phones? Mm-hmm.
And Ellen took a selfie with a bunch of people in the front row at the Oscars.
True.
And she put it on Twitter.
I saw that, yeah.
And
TCTV, thank you.
People retweeted, and it broke Twitter.
littlebaby.com. Check it out. Psycho Feeling. Well, Rook Twitter. Wow.
Yeah,
Jordan Heath,
700,000
fabulous.
retweets.
Thurston County, Washington State, USA. Thank you.
It was rather amazing. Thank you for watching the program. We, or I,
Viewers, I see
appreciate
you're
it.
watching. Thank you. Hell yeah, dog.
That's a wah-wah.